And I told I recognized definitely a number of people from county. Phil Wong was there. We had, the judge, I think Julie Milner. She just won her primary, which was, shocking, but I'm celebrating for her. Remember, the judges are very, very important in this whole game, right? Yeah? Actually, more important than the legislators in many, many, many ways. Anyways, right now, thanks, sir. All right. Just got on the bus. Nice and air conditioned, feels good. Alright, so we're gonna do this little update over here. So I saw Jose Hernandez over there. I've been reaching out to his people for not this election cycle, but the last election cycle when he ran independent. And he said we're not doing endorsements yet, stuff like that. And I said okay. I actually expected that, right? I said just give me a shout out, and then, but I gave him a little warning. I said, look, you're right not to do the endorsement because I'm controversial, right? So then I asked him later to give me a shout out. He didn't want to do it, and he's right to do that, right? I warned him straight up. So we're gonna see. But I did get the endorsement from Nunzia. He said he's gonna give an endorsement, so we'll see if it gets by the board. But I really appreciate it. And I went there and I talked to every single person at every table. I also saw Diamant there who's running for Congress, right? And I wanted to get a shout out from him. He said that he couldn't do it either. So he doesn't really know me, and he hasn't really responded to my inquiries. So we're going to see where that goes. They were really surrounded by their consultants who are kind of like, guarding them in some ways, and a lot of them very young. And that's cool. That's the way the game usually is. So that's fine. I'm a different kind of Republican. I am still loyal Republican. We're going to see, because I've not just based off of ideology alone, but from practical experience of working with third party stuff like that. I've and in a much different way from Hernandez, who's coming in with large amounts of money. And we talked about that directly in the actual third-party independent candidate debate, right? That we had a series with Mayo and actually Zabluskis talking about how it was weird how the press was giving all this coverage. It's really about the money, folks. If you're part of the Republican Tea Party who's really not about the money, but about the ideals, about the principles, about free speech, about liberty, then that's me. If you're about the money, if you're about that, then Mayo's actually okay. If you look up MAIO, you could look him up on if you look up Queens GOP on Wikipedia, you'll see that Mayo actually tried to fight for transparency in the Republican Party, and now his club is derecognized. So there's a whole, and even though he's run for office many times, the press never covers him, because on both sides, the Democrats and Republicans, the people with the money are the ones who pay off the media to cover the narratives in certain ways. And candidates that are really kind of for the people or really trying to really empower the people. And honestly, I can't even be mad, not even mad at the people with the money, right? Yeah. The thing is that it actually hurts their own level to control the game. So what are they going to do? Disempower themselves? It just doesn't make logical sense. But since I am someone who doesn't have power, since I am someone who doesn't have that, what happens if I did get that access? That's why I have on my platform to line up, right? No 100% transparency. Everything's going to be filmed at all times. So, because you shouldn't trust me either. Bro, I'm sad. Today's my birthday, 24 years. I feel like I'm congratulated. Yo, Rick, just so you know, Koreans actually don't celebrate birthdays. So just so you know, that's a much more powerful mindset, right? Why should we celebrate your birthday? Who's you? You know what I mean? Who cares, right? You're a year older. What have you accomplished? Who have you helped? What have you achieved, right? It's your birthday. You came out of your mom. That's great. You know what I mean? Let's all celebrate. Some people's about that life. Not me. Anyways, buying all the farmland. I don't know about that. Everyone never remembers it. That's good, Rick. It's better off, man. You're better off. You're going to get old people. That's even a completely separate topic. I don't know why you're here. This has nothing to do with your birthday, bro. I don't know why you're here. If you're looking for sympathy, you're not getting it. Just toughen up and start contributing to people's lives, and then they'll remember you. When you're making a difference in people's lives, and I went to Grace Marrero's birthday yesterday. She's done a lot for me and my crew. Her birthday means something to me. You, I don't know you. So, suck it up, bro. Anyways, next, so Diamant and Hernandez were interesting. Also, I saw, I think, Ruben Cruz there. Ruben Cruz is interesting. I just signed up for his newsletter. He is actually a former TV host. And he was really focusing on, he has like this cool jacket and stuff. He's got cool visuals, right? But I had my event, my anti-communism event that was really pushing hard. So, okay. USS Liberty, Iron Contra Fair. Yeah, exactly. Who does care? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna leave that alone, bro. I don't even know why you're here. Go to a live stream. Go type in the search bar birthday and find someone else who's having a birthday and they'll wish you happy birthday. This is not what this is about. It's got nothing to do with you. All right. Anyways, let's move on. So, anything else really? They said that I was gonna get endorsed. That's very cool. And they said it officially at the event. So we're gonna see where that really leads. I have hopes there. And we're going to move it on to the next, Nunziato, he's the Queen's Chair, gave me a hug. Once again, shout out to Mayo. It's really his work as terms of helping me to review my petition signatures and stuff like that and helping me guide me through the process. When DSA tried to challenge my signatures and get me knocked off the ballot, that, was really critical to helping me get where I needed to be. And he's helped out a lot of other candidates. So respect to his work there. But we all want to work together. And I also called the Queens Village Republican Club. That's the oldest Republican club in the nation. And they also, right, just so you know, Nunziato or people in county, maybe they're competitive, but none of them ever say anything bad about you. They always say, let's work together. So that's the point of someone who's poor. That's the point of someone who has less, right? They're more eager to work together because they have more to gain, I guess. So Nunziato's won the chairmanship of the Queens GOP, and he's the king right now. So you know what I mean? He's earned that. So respect. I'm not here to say anything bad about him either. And I even got blessed today. So thanks again for recognizing my work, Nunziato, and saying that I'm worth that. And we're going to see how far we can take this. Okay. USS Liberty. I see. Post more stuff there. I don't know why you're here. All right, folks, let's move on. Anything else that we want to say about today's event? No, I'm going to go out and post my daily vlog soon. If you ever have any questions or issues you want to bring up about my campaign, all right, then let me know. And look, I'm sorry about the harsh words earlier about the birthday and stuff, but it's like you wandering into freaking Walmart with people who just have nothing to do with you, don't know you at all, and you start asking them to celebrate your birthday. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, you're going in and you're impinging on other people's time and energy to say some shit. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? It don't make no sense here. I think, as just being real with you, you can expect more of the same, bro. So, do whatever you gotta do, man. Suck it up. All right, God bless.